Hi everyone, I'm Rincey and this is Rincey Reads. Today I'm going to be doing my winter book haul for you guys. These are all books that I actually got in December. They are either books that I bought myself or I have a couple here that are Christmas presents, but I just wanted to share them with you guys. So the first two that I have here are Christmas presents. I don't really exchange Christmas presents with like anyone in my life because I'm not big on presents in general. I'd rather just be like, hey, instead of us buying stuff for each other, how about we just go out to eat together? But we do like a Secret Santa with my siblings, and so that is like the one present that I know I'm going to get every year. So I had a couple of books on my wish list and my sister got them for me. The first one is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, the illustrated edition. I'm sure you guys have seen this already around, but this is just so beautiful. Like, there's no words. I was so excited when I saw that she got me this because I had a bunch of different books on there and I had no idea if anyone would actually buy me this because it's, you know, a little bit pricey, but oh, it's beautiful. I love it so much. And then the other book that she got me was The Unseen World by Liz Moore, which I was also super excited about because I was going to buy this no matter what at the end of this year, but I put it on my wish list because I was like, oh, if someone else buys it for me, that's even better. This was one of my favorite books of last year. I put it on my favorite books list. I have a full review, so I'm going to link to that. But this book is amazing, and so I knew I needed my own copy of it. And I'm so excited that my sister bought it for me because then I didn't have to buy it for myself. And then in the month of December, I ended up doing a little bit of book shopping with my friends. I actually made a video about this over on the Book Ride channel, so I will link to that if you are interested. But there is this store in Chicago called Open Books. They are a nonprofit bookstore. I've talked about them before on my channel. So they have two locations. They have their main bookstore and then they have a warehouse in this part of Chicago called Pilsen. Twice a year, I believe, they have these huge sales where you basically just pay for this like big old box. You pay like a flat fee for the box and whatever you can fit in the box, just that one price. So I went with a couple of my friends. I've done this in the past as well, and the first time that I went, me and two other friends went and we were like, okay, we're gonna split a box. And then we go and each of us comes home with two boxes. This time we actually stuck to that rule. I went with two different friends, which possibly helped with that as well. But anyways, I got all of these books and I'm super excited about them, so I'm just going to show them off. I got two J.D. Salinger books, Franny and Zoe, as well as Raise High the Roof Beam Carpenters and Seymour an Introduction. I've only read Catcher in the Rye and I read it back in high school. I've been wanting to do a reread of Catcher in the Rye because again, I haven't read it since high school. I don't know if I would appreciate it more now that I'm older because I loved it in high school, but I just think I would have a different point of view on it, so I kind of want to give it a try. And then I have these other two to go along with it. I've heard Franny and Zoe especially is really fantastic. The next book that I got was Blindness by Jose Saramago. I've read one other Jose Saramago book and I liked it, but I wasn't like crazy in love with it, but a lot of people told me that I needed to read Blindness after reading that one, so when I saw this one there, I decided to pick this one up as well. I don't know too much about this story except that there is like this epidemic that forces a bunch of people to go blind and then all of them are put into this building basically to keep them safe. But I've just heard really good things about this one, so hopefully I enjoy it as well. And then I have Reputations by Juan Gabriel Vasquez. This is actually an uncorrected proof that they had sitting in their building. This is also translated by Anne McLean. It came out in September of last year. I'd heard relatively good things about it, but I felt like it was slightly under the radar, so we'll see if I actually enjoy it or not. It's supposed to follow this guy who's like a famous political cartoonist, and then something happens that causes like all of that to come into question or something along those lines. If you haven't noticed, I don't know too much about books before I go in and read them just because I like it better that way. Next I have Orphan Train by Christina Baker Klein. I feel like this is one of those books that I hadn't really heard people talking about, but then it started popping up on a lot of like really popular lists, or it was like on the bestseller list a lot and things like that. I always sort of had this in my mind of like, maybe I should get this book from the library, and then when I saw it at the bookstore, I was like, oh, I can just get it here because I can just, you know, throw it in the box, no harm, no foul. It follows these characters who are on this thing called the Orphan Train, where I believe from like the late 1800s to early 1900s, there was literally this train of orphaned kids who were taken from the East Coast across America, and hopefully they would be adopted by families or something like that. And I believe you're following a couple of different characters who were on the Orphan Train. Then I got Linden Hills by Gloria Naylor. I read The Women of Brewster Place in 2015, I believe, and I really loved it, so I decided to pick this one up when I saw it. I know literally nothing about this one. I just saw Gloria Naylor's name and I was like, alright, I'll pick that one up. Then I got The Library of Mount Char by Scott Hawkins. This book I have actually already read. I believe I read it in January 2016 and I really enjoyed it. It was like super bonkers, crazy horror thriller, and it's one of those books that I had been wanting to buy anyways, and so when I saw it there I decided to just pick it up. Then I got Cloud Atlas by David Mitchell. I have read zero David Mitchell. I don't know if this is a great place to start with him, but it was there so I picked it up. I've heard it's like super confusing, so I'm going into the story knowing that, but hopefully I enjoy it. Let me know if you've read David Mitchell. I know a bunch of you guys have, if this is a good place to start with him. Then I have Blink by Malcolm Gladwell. I've read a couple of Malcolm Gladwell's books and I enjoy his writing. I like the way he thinks about the world and the way he processes information and presents it, and the fact that he sort of comes at things from a different point of view. So I'm excited to see what Blink is about. This one says The Power of Thinking Without Thinking. I don't think this is one of his like more popular books, but still I feel like you can't really go that wrong with a Malcolm Gladwell book. And then I got How to Be Both by Allie Smith. I haven't read any Allie Smith. She's one of those authors that I've had on my radar because of BookTube, and I've been wanting to pick up for a long time. So when I saw this one, I just grabbed it right away. While we were in Pilsen, we decided to go to this other bookstore that's actually a used bookstore as well. They have some new books, but I saw that they had the 50th edition of To Kill a Mockingbird, which I didn't own this edition yet. If you have watched my bookshelf tour, you might have seen I own multiple editions of To Kill a Mockingbird. I try to get all of these like different anniversary editions. So when I saw that they had this one, I picked this up. And then I also got The Clothing of Books by Jupiter Carey, which if you've watched my Bout of Books videos, you will have seen me show off already. This is a tiny little essay collection where Jupiter Carey talks about book covers and the relationship between a story and its cover, and the relationship an author has with its cover, things like that. So yeah, those are all of the books that I've gotten recently. All of these have been added to my spreadsheet, so my updated unread number is up to date now. I'm still under 50 though, which is fantastic and what I was going for. So yeah, if you have read any of these books, definitely leave a comment down below letting me know what you guys thought of them, or if you have any questions about any of these books, or you want me to read one of them sooner rather than later because you want to hear me talk about them, definitely leave that down in the comment section below. So yeah, that's all I have for now. Thanks for watching.